Okay guys, so I know I just kind of went on a rant about how Fat Shark goggles are too expensive, and here I am wearing Fat Shark goggles. We can talk about that later, but today we're trying out the TBS Fusion module. Just running my Top Mountain Racer with a Sparrow 2 Pro, Emax Mini Magnum, so Emax VTX, running all VAS antennas. Let's see how it does. Real quick, before I start talking about it, I'm going to throw in my commanders, and we'll just kind of compare the video. Might take me a minute to get used to the field of view because the Fat Sharks are 4x3, so it does make it feel weird. Wow. Okay, the commanders are actually doing really good. Okay, so I don't know if this is going to be the best comparison. Normally, flying here with the trees in the way and everything, the video is pretty bad, but just throwing the commanders on, I mean, it might look worse than the DVR, but it was pretty much clear the whole way. I'm going to try to reposition myself to get more interference. We'll see how that works. All right, so as it turns out, this is not the best comparison. I guess that just goes to show you the power of having really good antennas. This is the VAS Crosshair Extreme. But anyway, gonna take another flight. We'll see how the Sparrow does. There's a dog right in front of me. If he chases my quad, I'm gonna run him to the end of the park and let the owner chase after him. It's bull stuff. Okay guys, so why am I using Fat Sharks and why did I order a Fusion module? So kind of where I'm at right now is we had our last race of the season a few weeks ago, and we ended up racing the HD stuff. And I think Davey and I both decided at that point that we just have to race HD because it's not is it a better experience, but it's easier. When you have that kind of clarity and that kind of detail, it's just easier. But I also because it's easier, I also decided that I need to keep flying analog, like especially like over winter or like during the off season. I need to keep practicing with analog. I mean, because it's simply harder, you know. If you want to progress at something, you don't make it easier on yourself. That's not how you learn. So what I did was, and because my DJI quad is a top mount quad, it was a Hyperlow 6-inch. It's really heavy, but just flying the top mount, like I haven't really raced top mount in a long time. And it just felt really locked in like the really tight corners, like the ladder. So I built this guy. And you guys might have seen me posting about this on Instagram. But this is a Hyperlow RS, and it's light. I think it came out to 285 grams, which is about the same as one of my Hawks. So I built this guy to practice in preparation for when I build HD quads next season. And one of the key things about this build is that I put 42 grams worth of dead weight in the ass of it. So that's going to simulate an air unit, right? So with those weights, it comes out to like 330. And I'm going to practice with this and fly this, in the off season. And then when I'm ready to buy more air units, and when a race frame comes out for HD that I like, it won't feel super alien, having top mount and having all that weight in the ass. So since I'm continuing to fly analog for practice, and I've been kind of like spoiled by flying the DJI HD system, like it's just such a good experience. It just it makes you expect things from FPV. So I figured I'd try out a blending module. I know I'm not going to be able to get analog video as good as HD. But I'm so excited about FPV and I'm so excited about racing and practicing and flying. I figured I'd just try it out. So yeah, I did just say that Fat Sharks are expensive, and that's true, they are. These are actually Dominator V2s that I bought in 2014. And I looked up my order history on GetFPV the other day. I paid $375 for these without a module. So yeah, Fat Sharks they're still crazy expensive. If I didn't have a pair of Fat Sharks, there's no way I would have bought this module. I would have just kept flying my Commanders. Because the difference between this, so you saw in the videos, maybe I'll post another clip now. It works well. I've seen people having mixed results with this, but it works a little bit better than my Commanders, and my Commanders have always been amazing when it comes to reception. Again, the key is, I think, with anything, is to run good antennas. If you're running like Foxy or Lollipops, you're probably gonna have a bad day. So anyway, Dominator V2s, I kind of updated the whole goggle, guys. This is the HDO faceplate, and I got all this stuff from Pyroflip, and I'll post links. HDO faceplate, Ethics goggle strap, GNB 3000 mAh 2-cell battery. I even went as far as to replace the stickers because they were blue, and I didn't like that. I got these on Amazon at the Fat Shark store, I think. So yeah, that's did the power mod. That was super easy. Updated it. The update took about 30 seconds. Yeah, it's working great, and I'm using it with a Sparrow 2 Pro and the Ratel in the Hawk 5. I might take this camera out of this quad. JD's gonna be pissed at me, but I might take this camera out of this quad and stick it in my top mount, because that's what I'm gonna practice with. But this camera is amazing. It was kind of weird with my Commanders, but for some reason with the Fat Sharks and the Fusion module, it's amazing. It's not like, it's probably almost as good as Bite Frost. It worked really well. I really enjoyed flying this in the Fat Sharks and the Fusion module. Now again, so So for the module, the faceplate, and the goggle strap, I think I paid like 150 bucks at Pyroflip, and that was with that 5% off dirty coupon that they were running on Friday. I got all the stuff on Monday. 150 bucks, so basically the same cost as a rapid fire. And again, I'm cheap, that's why I went with the Fusion module. You know, I'm not like, at this point, I don't really let like drama or personalities affect my purchasing choices. Like, even if I don't particularly like an individual, if they make good products, I'll still buy the products, right? And you know, you could say what you want about Team Black Sheep and how they handle drama, but you know, they make good products, so I wasn't really concerned. And you know, I ordered it from Pyroflip, so if I did have some kind of like major defect, I know they would exchange it for me or refund it or whatever, you know. But no, I mean, it bolted right up. Like, you know, I watched Bardwell's review on the Fusion module, and I was like, okay, I might have to like Dremel the case, and I have to be careful not to break the screen, but it just like, it popped right in. It was not a big deal. So, I mean, I'm pretty happy with it. It's not, and again, the like, especially for the commanders or traditional diversity, the DVR isn't a true representation of what you're seeing. Out here at the fairgrounds, like, I don't know why the RF was so clean today. It's usually not. It wasn't a huge difference from my commanders. You know, there are some other features that make it cool, like the favorites. There's a lap timer. I haven't tried that yet. And then they're going to have like crossfire integration. I don't really care about that. It works a little bit better. It's not, you know, at least in this setting, in this park with these trees, and it just rained today. It was only like 10 to 20% improvement in breakup. And, you know, so I guess that is to say, if you already have commanders or sky zones, it's not, I wouldn't say it's worth going out and buying Fat Sharks and the module, because, you know, you're talking like $500 just to replace perfectly good goggles. I wouldn't say that's worth it. If you already have Fat Sharks like HD3s or V2s or V3s or HDOs, and you're running like True D, then yeah, it might be worth it. You know, not True DX, but just like traditional True D, that's just diversity, then it might be worth it. And then, of course, in high multi-path environments like parking garages or bandos, then you'll see like a much bigger difference. But considering I already had the goggles, $120 for the module, yeah, I'm okay with that. If, you know, like, I'm gonna be flying analog over the winter, and I just want to, even though flying analog is harder than flying HD, I still want to have the best possible experience. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's why I'm going back to the Fat Sharks, and that's why I'm trying out the Fusion module. It works pretty cool. Definitely plan on racing HD, but I plan on practicing with analog and HD, because just racing with HD, it's just like, it's like a cheat code. All right, guys, that's the Tuesday vlog. If you have any questions or comments, or questions or complaints, leave them in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching.